Hey everyone, welcome to part 2 of this Victorian era patchwork chair that I'm doing. If you haven't subscribed, if you're not a subscriber, could you click that subscribe button? That'd really help me out. And so let's do a little recap of what we've done so far. So it's completely stripped. If you haven't watched video number 1, I'll put a link in the description. So we've stripped it, we've rebuilt the arms and the back, and now we're up to putting the Dacron on. So once we've done this, then we can start our fabric. So I'm really excited to get on with that, so let's go. Okay, so Dacron is on. Now it's time to work out where our patchwork is going. And what I'm going to do is, if I was doing this plain, I would make a seam through here and a seam through here, and this would all be one piece. So I am going to make an arm piece, and an arm piece, and a back piece. So they're the 3 core pieces that I'm going to make. That's the first step. Then each piece is going to have its own patchwork. So with the arm, what I think I'm going to do is, with this arm, I might put a seam through here and do patch, like a few patches here, and then on this one I might do strips that run like that on this one. This one, I think I'm going to split it in the middle here, and then I'll do stripes like this all the way down there, and then this one I might do vertical strips, like horizontal strips. I don't know how that's going to look, but that's my plan at this stage. Now with the back, what I think I'll do is I am going to do a seam on this piece that runs through there, because remember I said in the first video I was going to put a button there, there, and 2 there, so 4 buttons to pull that in on that shape. So I think I'll put a seam through there so the buttons can sit on that seam and pull that in. I think I'll do vertical pieces here on this seam part, and then here I might separate into probably 3 panels. So a panel there and a panel there. And this panel I might do little squares. This one I might do 1 solid piece of fabric. And this piece I might split in 2 and do a solid piece of material there, and then lots of patches up here or something. So first of all, let's make our templates for this, and this. I'm going to do that out of calico, so I'm going to get some calico and I'm going to make the templates first, and then we can draw on that and work out where our fabric goes. Okay, so that's my template for my arm on that side. So as you can see, I've marked it front, which is the front edge here, the top. So if this was a single piece of fabric, you know, you would run if the fabric had a pile or a pattern, you put that to the top, and the top goes, so the pattern runs that way, obviously. And these marks here, they're just going to be reference marks for when I sew the pieces together. So for this piece to this piece. So now that I've done that side, I'm going to check if it works on this side. And if it does, great. It should. Then things will be exactly the same. And I reckon that's pretty good. So I'm going to leave it like that. I'm not even going to make another one. I'm not even going to make another one. That's just going to be that. So I know I've got a left and right here. So now we go to make this piece. And we go through the same process. Okay, so now we've made this. It's very rough at this stage. But as you can see, I've transferred those marks onto this. So if I take this off, I can look at this, and now I can cut it. Now this is not the finished size. It's just a rough estimate, basically. Just a starting point. Okay, so there it is laid out. I'm just going to cut this now. The line that I have drawn. Now, to get it exactly the same, we just fold it over. Make sure everything's square and even. Right, some of the cuts on here are a bit big, but that's okay. So there we have our template for this. Let's just see how it fits. Sorry if you can't see. I'm trying to work so we can all see. Okay, so if you look at that, I think it will be okay. Line up. Alright, I think this will work. We can adjust it on the job when we do it. So we can work with this as our template. Okay, so now, because I have this scrap here, I'm going to make another opposite side to this. Okay, so now we've got our 3 pieces. I'm going to chuck this down and we can start planning out this. Okay, so we've just passed our 3 and this is where we're up to. So if you're still watching, give us a like, that'd really help me out, and if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Let's continue with what we're doing here. Happy to go with this. I'm pretty happy to go with this. We've sort of got all the colours that we were planning to go with. Now we've got our blue, we've got our reds, a bit of reds going in there, blues here, and our yellows. I've added a bit of green in here, which I haven't got any green anywhere else. So that's going to be on the side, it'll be fairly noticeable, but I've got some more green tones in there that I could put into the arms to tie it in. And then of course we've got our few pinks. So that's our core colours. On here we've got blues, yellows and a little bit of green here. So yeah, I think just got to start putting it together and see how it goes and see how it looks. So I'm going to start sewing it now. I won't show on camera the sewing, but you'll see it once it's done. So we're just going to skip to, from here we'll skip, and then the next frame you're going to see is basically this will be all sewn up. Okay, so I've sewn it all up. Remember, this was our plan, so let's have a look at what it looks like. Alright, there it is. Alright, so there's our patchwork. Alright, Now it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be to sew all these pieces, especially these bits here. You know, these diagonal parts. You know, it was. If you know how to sew, it's not difficult. So, just to explain the process I went through, because I didn't show it in the video, is basically I started down here. I started with this piece, sewed that piece to it, cut the shape, sewed that part there, cut that shape, sewed that part on, cut this shape, sewed that part on, cut that shape, sewed that part on. Then I cut this straight, put this piece in, and then sewed that bit on. Then I went to this section here, I cut that shape, sewed them together. Then I sewed this piece and this piece and this piece together. Alright, this piece onto that piece onto that piece. Cut that straight, sewed that onto there. And then I sewed this onto that. And then I sewed that onto this onto that, cut that shape, sewed that onto that onto that, and then sewed this onto there, and then this onto there, and this onto there, straight line, this onto that, and then this onto that. So that was the process that I went through to make this. So there we have it. Now I'm just going to leave this like this for now. I'm not going to cut out this just yet. I'm just going to leave that as it stands for now. I'm going to put this away. And then we can go on to our arm pieces. Okay, so we're done. Power of editing reveals this. That's that one. And this is that one. Alright. So there we are. That arm and that arm. Alright, so now I'm going to do something interesting. I'm going to just lay it all on the arm and let's see, lay it all on and see how it goes. Okay, so that's basically what we've got so far. I think it looks good. I think it looks good. So now what we have to do is we have to shape these two pieces and this piece and then sew them together, and then we can start putting it on. I also have to make facing here as well, which I'll do once I have done this, because you have to cut this to shape. So that's our next step. Just a quick, if you're enjoying this video, give us a thumbs up, and let me know in the comments what you think. And also the question, if you want to see how I did the sewing, I can show you that on my next video when I start doing the seat, and we do the patchwork there. If you want to see it, let me know in the comments, and if I get enough people, I will do it. I will show you how I sewed it all together. So let's get to cutting these parts here and sewing that together, and then putting it on and see how that goes. See how it looks. Let's keep going. Okay, so here we are. I've sewn these bits together, and now we're just going to trial fit. This is no way the finished size. We're just going to trial fit it to see if our size is correct, and if it is, then we don't have to do anything. Otherwise, I mean, I have to take it off anyway because I have to do these facings. So let's go and temper it on. If you've got these skewers, they're good for holding the material in place. Alright guys, I think I'm going to end the video right here. So what I'm thinking is, I'm sort of deciding, I think this blue might be too much. I'm thinking about maybe I should cut a bit off and put something else in the top half maybe. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'm going to speak to the client in the meantime before I go any further with this, just to see what they think. So yeah, I'm going to end the video here. If you made it this far, give us a like, and if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. Alright, I'll see you in the next video.